So guys, yesterday we have discussed comparison operators. Under comparison operators, we have compared only a one condition. So in comparison operators, we have used var clause, and after using var clause, we have given a one condition. But what to do if I wanted to compare against multiple conditions? If I wanted to combine n number of conditions, what we need to do? If I wanted to combine n number of conditions, then I need to go for logical operators. So if I wanted to compare many conditions, I need to use logical operators. So now we'll go for what are the operators that are falling into the category of logical operators. The operators are and, or, not, in, like, between. These are the operators that are falling into the category of logical operators. The first operator is and. When and will be true, and if it is true, all the conditions that are separated by and are true. So guys, and it will return only true if all the conditions separated by and are true. And the next operator we have is or. When or will be true, or it will true if any one of the conditions separated by or is true. So guys, my or it is true if one of the conditions separated by or is true. And then not. If I wanted to exclude some condition, at that time I would be using not. And in. In it returns all the conditions that are matching with the records. And like, true if a operand matches a record, it will be returning a condition where it matches. And then the next operator we have is between. Between it returns true if the operand is within the range of comparison. So guys, don't worry about the description. I'll be explaining you clearly about the description. So what are the logical operators? You have just remember them. And now we'll go to the database. So this is the database where we are writing our queries, guys. So now we are going to write our queries for the comparison operators. So what are the operators that are falling into the category of comparison operators? The operators that are falling into the category of comparison operators are and, or, in, not in, like, and between. These are the operators that are falling into the range of comparison operators. Now we'll go for writing of query for this comparison operators. Before going for this query, let me explain this and or by taking a simple truth tables. So guys, consider here I'm taking the truth tables X and Y. For this, we'll be taking all the possible combinations. The possible combinations are true and true, true and false, false and true, false and false. So now we'll go for when does and returns true and returns true if both the conditions separated by and are true. So consider guys, here my X is one condition and Y is one condition. And here both the conditions, here my X is true and Y is true. So and condition, it is satisfying that both the conditions should be true. So my and it returns true. And in the next case, my X is true and Y is false. So one of the condition is false. If one of the condition is going to be false, means my and it returns is false only. And then next I have X as false and Y as true. So my one condition is false and other condition is true. If one of the condition is false means and it is going to return false only. And next we have false and false. If both are false means obviously it is going to return false. So guys, by looking at all these four, we can simply conclude that and it is going to return true only if both the conditions separated by and are true. And this is all about and comparison operator. And the next comparison operator we have is or. So when does or returns true? Or returns as true if one of the conditions separated by or is true. So guys, see here my x is one condition and y is one more condition. So here both the conditions are true. So or it returns true only. And next we have x as true and y as false. When does or returns as true? If at least one of the condition is true. So here again I'm going to get true only. Why I'm going to get true only? Because here we are using or and in or my x is true. That is the reason I have here got here true only. And for the next case, my x is false and y is true. So one condition is false and other condition is true. So one of the condition is true. If one of the condition is true means my or it is going to return true only. So my output is true. And next we have x as false and y as false. If both are false means obviously it is going to return false. So by looking at all these four combinations, we can simply conclude that or returns true if one of the conditions separated by or is true. So simply guys, and returns as true if all the conditions separated by and are true. But or returns as true if one of the conditions separated by or is true. This is about logical and logical or. So now we'll go for writing of simple queries and we'll see. So how to write queries, guys? We'll be writing our queries starting with select keyword. So I have mentioned the same. After this select, I have mentioned star. Star, it is used to simply retrieve all the columns. After this star, I have mentioned from. After this from clause, now we need to mention from which table name we are retrieving the data. I wanted to retrieve the data from employees table. So immediately after from clause, we'll mention table name as employees. And after that, so guys, in comparison operators also immediately after the table name, we can use where keyword. And after where keyword, we can give many conditions and those conditions they need to separate it by and or keywords. So now I am writing where keyword. And after writing this where keyword, now I need to write my first condition. The first condition I'm giving as salary is equals to 24,000. After giving the first condition, we need to use logical keyword and after using the logical keyword and we need to give the next condition. The next condition I'm giving as department ID is equals to 90 and after giving this I'm terminating my query with a simple semicolon. So guys, now we are done with writing a query. So after that what we need to do? We need to run the query. How to run the query? Simply hitting a green color button which is present on the top of the worksheet. So now let me hit this button. So you can see guys, I have got my output window. In the output window, my salary is 24,000 and department ID is 90. So here, this both conditions have satisfied, guys. That is the reason this particular record has been displayed to us in the output. So we'll go for writing of one more query for using this logical operator and only. So how do we write our query? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. So I have mentioned the same. After this select, I have mentioned star. Star, it simply represents all columns. If you wanted to mention all columns, you need to use simply star. After star, I have mentioned from. After from, we need to mention immediately the table name from which we wanted to retrieve data. I wanted to retrieve data from employees table name. So I have mentioned employees and after that I have given where keyword. Immediately after the table name, we are supposed to give where keyword guys. So I'm giving the same. After giving the where keyword, I have given my condition like salary is equals to 17,000. This is my one condition. And after giving the first condition, I'm using a logical keyword and after giving this logical keyword and I'm giving my next condition as department ID is equals to 90. So after giving both the conditions, I'm terminating my query with a simple semicolon. What happens if I run this query? I'll be getting all the records from the employees table where both of these records match. If both of these records match, then only that particular record will be displayed in the output. So you can see guys, I have salary as 17,000 and department ID as 90. As these both records have matched, I got my output like this. So now we'll go for writing of next query for using logical OR. So how do we write our query, guys? We'll be writing our queries. We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. So I have mentioned the same. After this select, I have mentioned star. Star, it simply retrieves all columns. So after this star, I have mentioned from. After from, I have given my table name as employees. Since I wanted to retrieve data from this employees table, immediately after from clause, I have mentioned after from clause, I have given table name. That is employees. I wanted to retrieve data from employees table. After immediately after the table name, we need to give where condition. After giving where condition, after giving where keyword, we need to give our condition like salary is equals to 24,000. This is the first condition. After giving the first condition, we need to give logical operator or. After giving this logical operator or, we need to give next condition. The next condition I'm giving as department ID is equals to 90 and then I have terminated my query with a simple semicolon. So now let me run the query, guys. So you can see guys, I have got my output from the employees table. In the first record, you can observe salary is 24,000 and department ID is 90. Both the conditions have satisfied. That is the reason this output has been displayed to us in the output. But for the next records, you can observe only department ID 90 is matched, but salary is 17,000. You can ask me why this particular record has displayed to us in the output. This particular record has been displayed to us in the output because since in the query we have used OR. So what does OR state says? If one of the conditions separated by OR is true, means that particular record will be displayed. So here if you observe, department ID is 90. That particular record has been matched. That is the reason this condition has been, this record has been retrieved to us in the output. So guys, you can see this in both of these two records, only department ID is matched. One of the condition has matched. That is the reason this particular record has been displayed to us in the output. Yes, Madhu?
For using the both and or, we are getting the same output, right?
No, we are not getting the same output, Madhu. See, I'll show you. This is the output we have got when we have used or no. So now let me run the same query. Here I have given my condition like salary is 24,000 and department ID is 90. So now let me run this query. Here, if you observe, we got only one record. We got a record in which both the conditions are matching. Salary should be 24,000 and department ID is 90. This is about logical and. And now we'll go for running a query where we are using OR. So if you observe the difference, if I used OR, I have got three records. Why I have got 3 records? My OR states is if one of the conditions satisfied. Here in this department ID 90 has been matching. That is the reason these 2 records have been also displayed. Here salary is not matching, but I have used logical or no. Logical or it states is if one of the condition is matching, at that time that record needs to be displayed. That is the reason this record has been displayed. So if you observe the difference in logical and only one record has been displayed, but in logical or 3 records have been displayed. That is the difference.
I got it.
Madhu, have you got my point?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
I guess let me say one more example, and that time if you are not clear means I'll be explaining you one more time.
It's clear. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's clear.
Yeah, okay. So now we'll go for writing of another query. So how do we write our query, guys? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. After select, now I wanted to retrieve all columns. As I wanted to retrieve all columns, I have mentioned star. After that, I have mentioned from. After from, I have given my table name as employees. Since I wanted to retrieve data from these employees, I have mentioned from immediately after this employees, and after that I have mentioned where. Immediately after the table name, we need to use where keyword, guys. So guys, when there is a requirement for using a where keyword, you need to use where keyword immediately after the table name. In writing, however, how much big complex query you are writing, but please do remember that immediately after the table name, you need to mention where keyword. So I have mentioned the same. After giving this where keyword, now I have given my first condition as salary is equals to 17,000. After giving this first condition, I'm using logical operator or. After using this logical operator or, I'm giving my next condition as department ID is equals to 90. After giving both the conditions, I have terminated my query with a simple semicolon. So now I'm done with writing a query. I need to run the query. So how to run the query? Simply, I need to hit on a green color play button, which is present on the top of the worksheet. So my output window has been displayed exactly below our worksheet. So you can see, guys, I have got 3 records. So in the first record, you can ask me, Madam, here salary is 24,000 only. But in the query, I have used salary 17,000. But why that particular record has been displayed to us in the output? This particular record has been displayed to us in the output since we have using here logical OR, guys. If we are using logical OR means if any one of the conditions satisfies, then that particular record, it needs to be displayed in the output. So you can see, guys, this particular record, the department ID is equals to 90. This particular condition is satisfying. That is the reason this record has been displayed to us in the output. Coming to the next condition, salary is 17,000 and department ID is 90. Both the conditions are matching and those records have been displayed to us in the output. So guys, this is all about logical OR and logical OR. Are you guys clear about this and or operator, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Madhav, are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good. Nasir, Venkatesh, are you clear? Venkatesh, are you clear?
Yes, ma'am. I'm getting that.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay.
Vijeta, clear? Vijeta, are you clear?
Yes.
So Vijeta, can you say now what is the difference between logical and logical or? Not only Vijeta, anyone can try, guys. Guys, don't hesitate.
In AND operation, we have to satisfy with the both the what do you say?
When both conditions fulfills and will be true. When any one condition is fulfilled, or condition will fulfill, ma'am.
Yeah, that is what Uma, perfect. So guys, we'll go for the next logical operator. The next logical operator we have is N. So how do we write our query? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. Whatever the operator we are using, whatever the query we are writing. In our SQL, mostly the queries, they would start with select keyword only. After select, I have mentioned star. So I wanted to retrieve all the columns. So I have mentioned star. After star, I have mentioned from. After from clause, I have given my table name as employees. I wanted to retrieve data from this employees table name. So immediately after from, I have mentioned from clause. After this table name, we need to use var keyword. After using this var keyword, I'm giving the condition. So here I'm giving my condition as salary N. So guys, by using this N operator, we can compare multiple conditions. So what is that? 17,000, comma 24,000, comma 10,000. So when we can use N, if I wanted to compare one entity, that is one column name against multiple values, at that time I can use N. So running this query, I'll be getting all the values from the employees table, where salary is 17,000, where salary is 24,000, and where salary is 10,000. So let me run this query. So guys, only these values will be included. So here, if you observe, I have got records only from the employees table where salary is 24,000 and a salary is 17,000 and salary is 10,000. So now we'll go for writing of another query using this N operator. So how do we write our query, guys? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. After select, I have mentioned star. I have mentioned star since I wanted to retrieve all columns. After star, I have mentioned from clause. After from, I have mentioned my table name as employees. Since I wanted to retrieve data from employees table name, so immediately after from clause, I have given my table name as employees. After that, I have mentioned var keyword. After mentioning this var keyword, now I'm giving my condition as where first name in. So guys, when we are writing our names, we need to write them in a single quotes. So now I have given Stephen, comma. Now I wanted to compare first name against multiple values. That is the reason I'm using an logical operator. So after giving all the names, I'm closing my parenthesis. After closing the parenthesis, I'm terminating my query with a simple semicolon. So now I would be getting all the values from the employees table where the first name is Stephen or a first name is David or a first name is Lex. So now let me run the query, guys. So I have got only the records when this condition has satisfied. If you want to include only simply that values, at that time you need to use logical operator N. So we'll go for the next logical operator. The next logical operator we have is not in. So guys, you will be using not in when you wanted to exclude some values. If you wanted to exclude multiple values, you would be using not in. So how do we write our query? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. After this select, I have mentioned star. After star, I have mentioned from clause. After from clause, I have given my table name as employees. I wanted to retrieve data from this employees table only. So I have mentioned the same. After this, I'm using var keyword. After using the var keyword, so now I'm giving my condition like salary not in. So now I wanted to exclude some values. That is the reason immediately after salary, I have mentioned not in. After this not in, I have opened the parenthesis. After opening the parenthesis, I have given my values like 17,000, comma 24,000, comma 10,000. After giving all the values, I have closed my parenthesis and then I have terminated my query. So guys, what happens if I run this query? I would be getting all the values from the employees table where the salary is not in these values. So simply it excludes these values. All values I would be getting from the employee table by excluding these values. If you wanted to simply remove some particular values, you would be using this not in. Apart from these values you have mentioned in the query, all other values will be displayed to you in the output. This is about using not in. So now we'll go for writing of next query. How do we write our query? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. After this select, I have mentioned star. After star, I have mentioned from clause. After from clause, I have given my table name as employees. I wanted to retrieve data from these employees. So I have mentioned the employees. After this, I'm mentioning var keyword. After mentioning this var keyword, I have given my condition like salary not in. So now we'll not go for salary, guys. We'll go for another. We'll go for job ID column. Job ID, not in. So guys, again this job ID, it is belonging to character data type. That means it is belonging to some alphabet. If it is belonging to some alphabet means you need to write in single quotes. So I have written the same. After that, I am writing some values. After writing both the values, I have terminated my query with a simple semicolon. So now let me run the query, guys. You can see I'll be getting all the values from the employee table, excluding this value. If you observe, you will find nowhere this IT programming and FI manager. So this is about usage of in and not in, guys. When you wanted to compare against multiple values and you wanted to include those multiple values, you need to use an operator. When you wanted to exclude those multiple values, you need to use not in operator, guys. So guys, this is all about in and not in. Are you guys clear about these two operators?
Yes, ma'am.
Every one of you, please mention, are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we'll go for the next logical operator we have. The next logical operator we have is like. So guys, like it is simple to equal to. When a particular record will satisfy the condition, I would be getting that record in the output. So now we'll go for writing of query. How do we write our query? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. After select, I have mentioned star. Now I wanted to retrieve all the records. So I have mentioned star. After star, I have mentioned from clause. After from clause, I have given my table name as employees. Since I wanted to retrieve data from this employees, I have mentioned the same. After that, immediately after the table name, we need to use var keyword. After using var keyword, we need to give some condition. So I have given my condition like var employee ID like 178. So what happens? I would be getting all the values from the employee table where employee ID is 178 only. So now let me run the query and show you guys. So guys, here I have got all the values from the employee table where employee ID is matching with this condition. So now here I'll go for writing of one more query. So here I have written my query like starting with the select keyword only. So guys, in our SQL, we'll be writing our queries mostly starting with select keyword only. So I have mentioned the same. After this select, I have mentioned star. After this star, I have mentioned from clause. After from clause, I have mentioned my table name as employees. I wanted to retrieve data from this employees table. So I have mentioned the same. After this, I have mentioned var keyword. After mentioning this var keyword, now I'm giving my condition like job ID, like IT programming. So what happens wherever the job ID is like IT programming, only that particular records will be retrieved to us. So guys, after this, I'm terminating my query with a simple semicolon. And now let me run the query, guys. So guys, all the records will got displayed to us in the output window where the job ID is IT programming. So this is about like operator. It is simple to equal to where the particular entity matches with the condition, all those records will be displayed to us in the output. So we are left with only one more logical operator, that is between. That between it is used to compare against a range of operator. So guys, whenever we are using between, we need to use an operator also. So now we'll go for writing of query. How do we write our query? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. After this select, I have mentioned star. After star, I have mentioned from clause. After from clause, I have given my table name as employees. I wanted to retrieve data from this employees table name. So I have used it the same. After this, I am given var keyword. After giving the var keyword, I have given my condition like salary between 10,000 and 12,000. Whenever we are using between, at that time we need to use. And also guys, now I wanted to know who are all the people earning the salary between 10,000 and 12,000. So that is the reason I have used between and I have written the query and I have terminated my query with a simple semicolon. So now let me run the record query, guys. So you can see, guys, I have got all the record from the employee table where my salary is between 10,000 and 12,000. So now we'll go for writing of next query. So now I wanted to know who are the people earning the salary between 10,000 and 24,000. At that time, how do we write the query? We'll be writing our query starting with select. After this select, I have mentioned star. After this star, I have mentioned from clause. After this from clause, I have given my table name as employees. I wanted to retrieve data from this employees table name. So I have mentioned the same. After this, I have given var condition. After giving var keyword, I'm giving my condition like salary between 10,000. So whenever we are using between, we need to remember, we need to use and also. So I have used and I have written my query terminating with a simple semicolon. So now let me run the query, guys. I have got all the values from the employee table where the salary is between 10,000 and 24,000. So guys, you can see here I have got all the values including 10,000 and 24,000. Only in this range, I have got the values. Whenever you wanted to compare against a range of values, you need to use this between operator. So guys, with this, we are done with logical operators. So guys, are everyone clear with these logical operators?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, actually, in I'll give you example, ma'am. In select if we give salary in, and in the same sentence only, can we give job ID not in, ma'am?
We can give.
Okay, can you show me one
Database, no?
example?
Yeah, you can use a number of conditions. You can use such things. So you have your database installed in your PC. No, Uma, you can try.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Multiple conditions you can try, that works out.
Okay, ma'am.
So guys, what about the remaining people? Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So guys, this is about the logical operators. So now we'll go for the next operators. We have are SQL compound operators. So guys, compound operator means the name itself, it is saying mixed operators. We are mixing one type of operator with is equals to. So we are getting the compound operators. So now we'll go for what are the operators that are falling into the range of compound operators. The operators that are plus equals to, minus equals to, multiply equals to, divide equals to, and modulus equals to. These are compound operator, guys. So if you have observed, we have used arithmetic operator in combination with equals to. So we are trying to combine arithmetic operators in combination with equal to operator. So the output, it is called as a compound operator. When we are trying to use arithmetic operator in combination with equals to, that operator, it is called as a compound operator, guys. So as a part of compound operators, we have add equals to, subtract equals to, multiply equals to, divide equals to, modulus equals to. So now we will go for database, and in that database we'll be writing our queries. So now we are going to discuss compound operators. As a part of compound operators, we are going to discuss add equals to, minus equals to, multiplication equals to, divide equals to, comma modulus equals to. So guys, we are combining arithmetic operators with equals to, and we have got our compound operators. So now we'll go for writing of query. How do we write our query? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. After this select keyword, now I wanted to retrieve all the columns. So I have mentioned star. After the star, I have mentioned from clause. After from clause, we need to mention from which table we wanted to retrieve data. I wanted to retrieve data from employees table name. So I have mentioned the same. So immediately after the table name, we need to use var keyword. So I have written same. After this var keyword, I have given my condition like salary plus 2000 is equals to 10,000. So guys, please observe here I have used arithmetic operation addition in combination with equals to. So it is a compound operator, and I'm terminating my query with a simple semicolon. So now let me run the query, guys. I'll be getting all the values from the employee table where my salary is 8,000. If my salary is 8,000, then only this particular condition will be satisfied. And in writing the query, I have used arithmetic operator in combination with equals to. So it is a compound operator. So now we'll go for the next compound operator. How to write our query? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. After this select, I have mentioned star. So star operator, it is used to retrieve all the columns. After star, I have mentioned from. After from, I have given my table name as employees. I wanted to retrieve data from these employees. So I have mentioned the same. After this employees, I'm giving my keyword as var. So immediately after the table name, we need to use var keyword. And after using var keyword, I'm giving my condition as salary plus 2000 is equals to 8,000. So guys, in this example, I have used arithmetic operator in combination with equals to. So it is a compound operator. So now let me run the query, guys. So you can see, guys, I have got all the records from the employee table where the salary is 6,000. If salary is 6,000, then only that particular condition is satisfied. And in the query, we have used the compound operator. So now we'll go for the next compound operator. Subtract equals to. How do we write a query? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. After select, I have mentioned star. After star, I have mentioned from clause. Immediately after from clause, I have mentioned my table name as employees. I wanted to retrieve data from these employees only. So I have mentioned the same. After this, I'm giving var keyword. Immediately after the table name, we need to give var keyword. After giving the var keyword, I'm giving my condition as salary minus 2,000 is equals to 10,000. So here I have used subtract operator in combination with equals to. So it is a compound operator. So now let me run the query, guys. I would be getting all the values from the employee table where the salary is 12,000. If my salary is 12,000, then only this particular condition will be satisfied. So you can see, guys, here I have got my output as 12,000. Yes, Madhu?
Yeah, ma'am. If we wanted to get the salary like 10,000, for that we can write the simple command like select star from employees where salary equals to 6,000. We can also write this command also, right, ma'am?
Yeah, if you wanted to know what is the exact figure, you can mention. But you don't know what is the exact salary at that time only you can mention. If you know precisely salary is 6,000 or 8,000 means you can simply go for salary is equals to 6,000. That will work out.
I'm not getting that in which kind of situation we can use this command.
You don't know exactly what is the salary. You don't know what exactly you, so consider, guys. Here you have an employee table, but you don't know what is the output in the employee table. But in this present month, you have given a 2,000 hike to the employee. By giving the 2,000 hike, he has received a 10,000 salary. So who all has got the 10,000 salary by taking a 2,000 hike? You wanted to retrieve those employees. At that time, you'll be writing your query like select star from employees where salary plus 2,000 is equals to 10,000. At that time, when you don't know what is the exact value of salary, at that time only you can use this compound operators. If you know exact value, there is no need of using this compound operator.
Okay, but
Priyanka.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Nasir.
I mean, you mean to say that 2,000 is high percentage?
Come again, Nasir.
Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, you mean to say 2,000 is the high percentage? Like the employee has got the hike of
Yeah,
2,000.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, we want to find such users by using this query.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Got it.
So
ma'am, this table, is there any column like employees hike salary?
yeah, employees hiked salary is not there. But if you wanted to add a column, we can add a column. How to add a column, I'll be showing you in the later classes. At this point of time, you only please understand how to use the compound operator. What is a compound operator? That is what I'm trying to explain you. Remaining,
Yeah.
how to get a hiked salary, I'll be in the later classes.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
So at this point of time, you have understood, no? What is
Yeah.
compound operator?
Yes, ma'am, I understood.
Yeah, that is what is necessary at this time. Compound operator means it is a mixed operator. If you are mixing arithmetic operator in combination with equals to, we are getting a compound operator. So now we'll go for the next compound operator, guys. The next compound operator we have is multiplication equals to. How to write a query for that? We'll be writing our query starting with select keyword. After the select keyword, I have mentioned star. Immediately after star, I have mentioned from clause. After from clause, I have given my table name as employees. I wanted to retrieve data from this employees table only. So I have mentioned the same. After this, now I wanted to use one more compound operator. That is multiplication with equals to. So I have given salary into 2 is equals to 6,000. After giving this, I'm terminating my query with a simple semicolon. What happens, guys, if I run this query, I'll be getting all the values from this employee table where the salary is 3,000. If salary is 3,000, then only this particular condition will satisfy. Apart from that, I have used multiplication in combination with equals to. So this is a compound operator. This is about multiplication with equals to. So now we'll go for writing of next query. So in the next query, I have written my query starting with select keyword. After select, I have mentioned star. I wanted to retrieve all columns. So I have mentioned star. After star, I have mentioned from. After from, I have given my table name as employees. Immediately after the table name, we need to give var keyword. After giving var keyword, I'm giving my condition as salary by 2 is equals to 6,000. After giving the condition, I'm terminating my query with a simple semicolon. So what happens, guys, if I run this query, I'll be getting all the values from the employees table where salary is 12,000. If salary is 12,000, then only this particular record will be satisfying. But apart from that, in the query, I have used division operator in combination with equals to. Division operator in combination with equals to. So it is a compound operator. So we'll go for the next operator. The next operator is modulus. So guys, you know modulus operator, it is used to return reminder only. So now I am writing my query like select star from employees. So immediately after from clause, I have mentioned my table name as employees. I wanted to retrieve data from this employees table only. So I have mentioned the same. Immediately after the table name, I am giving my condition as where. After giving the condition as where, I am writing mod of salary, comma 2 is equals to 0. So guys, here also I have used modulus operator in combination with equals to. So it is a compound operator. What does mod use to return as? Mod is used to return as reminder. So guys, what is this query meaning? When salary is dividing by 2, if I'm getting a reminder 0, at that time only those record needs to be retrieved. So now let me run the query. So I have got all the values from the employee table. When a salary is divided by 2, if it is yielding a reminder 0. All these records, they are yielding a reminder of 0 when divided by 2. So this is about modulus in combination with equals to. So this is a compound operator, guys. So guys, this is all about all the compound operator. Are you guys clear about this compound operators?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Every one of you clear, guys?
Compound and the relation operators both are same, right?
Compound and
Relational operators.
relational operator means multiple condition. But in compound operator means we are having a multiple conditions. We are mixing arithmetic operator with a equals to. Compound and relational, they are not same.
Okay. But the compound operators are a combination of relational and arithmetic, right?
Yeah, compound operators, they comes under relational operator. But all the relational operators are not compound operators.
Okay, fine, got it.
Yeah, guys, are everyone clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so we'll wind up this session here. And in tomorrow's session, we'll discuss data types.